And I will be the moderator of tonight's debate between the incumbent White County Judge, Mr. Michael Lincoln, and his challenger, Mr. Bill Haynie. I would like to thank the Daily Citizen for sponsoring this event and the Riverview School District for agreeing to host us in this lovely facility. Before we begin, allow me to go over the terms of this debate with you and address a few housekeeping matters, if you will. All of which, including the selection of myself as the moderator, were discussed and agreed upon by both candidates. We will begin by each candidate being allowed 5 minutes to give his opening remarks. After this, we will start the question and answer portion of this debate. Each candidate will be given 2 minutes to answer the original question posed to him. Then the opposing candidate will be given 2 minutes as well to respond, with a quick 30-second rebuttal for the candidate that originally received the question. I will alternate questions between candidates so that each candidate receives 5 questions. The questions have been shared with no one other than myself, and they derive from the candidates' respective platforms and from questions submitted by readers of the Daily Citizen. I ask that each of you hold your applause or any other sort of public response solely to when the candidates enter and exit the stage. I thank you in advance for your cooperation to that end. After the question and answer portion, each candidate will be given approximately 7.5 minutes for his closing remarks, and that will conclude our debate this evening. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the candidates for White County Judge. Mr. Bill Haynie is a longtime resident and businessman of White County for over 20 years. He and his wife, Judy, own and operate Haynie Utility Construction in Searcy. He was born in 1956 in Pasadena, Texas. His family moved when he was 8 years old to West Helena, where he continued to live until 1990. He worked for Allied Chemical Corporation. He was an officer with Helena PD and chief deputy with Phillips County Sheriff's Department. He then worked for many years overseas as a mechanical troubleshooter before coming back home to White County and starting his construction business. He holds licenses and permits, both federal and state, for the use and disposal of high explosives. He has worked closely with Arkansas State Police Bomb Squad and the alcohol, tobacco, firearms, and explosive agents in the training and instruction of the hazards and disposal of high explosives to law enforcement and fire department personnel. Mr. Haynie was the chairman of the Office of Emergency Management 911 Board, and he designed the current 911 Center and the Office of Emergency Management Mobile Command Center. He currently serves as chairman of the Central Arkansas Drug Task Force and was appointed last year by Governor Mike Beebe to serve on the Criminal Detention Facility Review Board. He's received many city, county, state awards for his time in public service. Citing his volunteerism and undying service, he was presented with the Unsung Hero Award by White County Sheriff's Department, and most notably, he received the Chastain Service Award twice by the Arkansas Municipal Police Association, once during his time as a detective with the Helena Police Department, and again recently as a civilian. He is the only civilian to receive said honor. He and his wife have 6 children and 13 grandchildren. They are active members of Park Avenue Baptist Church in Searcy. Incumbent White County Judge Michael Lincoln and his wife Shelley have been married for 36 years. They have 6 children and 15 grandchildren, with number 16 and 17 on the way. Judge Lincoln is an alumnus of Harding University, and he and his wife are members at the Downtown Church of Christ here in Searcy. Judge Lincoln currently serves as first vice president of the County Judges Association of Arkansas and is also an executive board member of the Good Roads Council. Judge Lincoln was appointed to the District Court Resource Assessment Board by his peers of the County Judges Association, and he was given the task of assessing the 3-tiered unified court system in the state. He is also very active in serving on various boards and agencies locally, and he is serving in his third term as your White County Judge. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, Mr. Bill Haynie and the incumbent White County Judge Michael Lincoln. Thank you. Gentlemen, thank you both so much for agreeing to do this in the cooperative manner in which we have been able to negotiate the terms of this election. Of this debate. And pursuant to those negotiations and to those agreements, we have agreed that the challenger, Mr. Bill Haynie, will first give his opening statement, and after that, Judge Michael Lincoln will then give his opening remarks. And then when we're done, Judge Lincoln, at the conclusion of this, will give his closing remarks first, and the challenger, Mr. Bill Haynie, will give the final closing remarks. Gentlemen, I will remind you that you have 5 minutes for your opening remarks. You will be shown notification that you have reached 30 seconds left here, and a bell will ding once your time has elapsed. Good luck to you both. And at this time, Mr. Haynie, you have the floor.
Can everyone hear me okay? Back in the back. Got my new hearing aids. I can't talk too loud or I'll blow you out of here. Thank you, Mr. Collier. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to start by thanking the Daily Citizen for hosting and sponsoring this debate. I was told that Crane Media News Talk 99.1 may be here, so I don't know if they're here or not, but if they are here, we appreciate those too. Riverview High School for allowing us to use their auditorium, their facilities, which is a beautiful facility. I don't think I've ever been in here before, but they've really got a nice facility. And of course, Mr. Winston Collier for being the moderator tonight. And most of all, a special thanks to our audience for being here. I know it's tough on a Monday afternoon, or at least it is for me, to do any extra functions after a Monday day at work. During the past months, I've had the opportunity to meet many citizens of White County, and it's been a real pleasure getting to know each and every one of you. You've expressed your concerns about the state of our county government, from the inequity of the road programs to the lack of accountability of employees and to the inconsistencies of management. I've been approached many times over the years about running for county judge. But it just wasn't the right time until now, and I felt like now was the right time. It's been rumored that I'm running just to get even or for revenge against the current county judge for one reason or another. Truth is, we just have very different ideas on how to run a business. The county government is a business just like any other business. Bills, employees, issues, buildings, maintenance, upkeep, equipment failures, just to name a few. But how to handle these things is where we differ. With my unique background in law enforcement, radio communications, and the successful utility construction for over 15 years, I believe I have the knowledge and the experience to effectively manage the duties and responsibility as your county judge. I believe in spending wisely and making good use of what we already have before making unnecessary purchases. I know heavy equipment. I can operate and maintain most of all the types of equipment that the county has, and I think this would be an asset in purchasing, troubleshooting, or repairing, the saving of county money and unnecessary repair bills and or purchase of things and equipment that aren't really needed. I believe in treating everyone fairly and equally. That includes the residents of the county as well as the county employees. Employees are the backbone of any business. If they're treated well with respect and they're happy in their jobs, they'll work harder and they'll become a long-term employer our employee for you and stay with you for a number of years. In our business, my wife and I try and do for the most part treat our employees like family and the way we want to be treated. We respect them and we look out for their best interests as they look out for ours. We believe that that's why our company has been successful, and most of our employees have been with us for many, many years. I encourage all my employees to call me anytime, day or night, if they need to talk with me or my wife or anyone or get a message to me. I'm always accessible to them. And if elected, that's the way I'll run my office. County employees won't go through a chain of command just to speak to me. I fully believe in the Freedom of Information Act and have used it in this campaign a number of times. When public information is requested of an elected official, it should be provided in a time frame and a manner as required by law. I recently made an FOI request to the judge's office asking for copies of public dedications and court orders of certain roads taken into the county road system. I received very little information, but most of the more critical information was not provided to me. I was told that it was due to a leaky air condition that destroyed some of the records, and there were some of the records and information I requested that was totally ignored. Ladies and gentlemen, all I want is fair, honest, open, consistent government for everyone in White County. I hope those of you who are still undecided about which candidate you support will leave here tonight with a better understanding of both candidates' views on these important issues. Thank you.
Judge Michael Lincoln, the floor is yours.
Good evening. I stand before you tonight a very blessed man. Blessed to be married to my wife Shelley for 36 years. Blessed with 6 children and 15 grandchildren, and yes, with 16 and 17 on the way. I stand before you blessed to be saved by the blood of Jesus, to live in America, and to live in the best county in the state of Arkansas, that being the county of White. My opponent and I have different views, different ideas, and I believe these differences will be seen tonight. I'm always glad to discuss any issue with anyone at any time. I have 30 years of administrative experience. I received my first administrative job in the Judge Sonia Elementary School District when I was 28 years old, and later became part of the Riverview School District. It's been said that government should be run like a business, but government can't always be run like a business, because business bottom line is making money. Government's bottom line is serving the people. What sense does it make to put rural water throughout rural areas if it's just to make money? What sense is it to string electricity across rural areas if it's just to make money? But county government has spearheaded both of these events with cooperatives, electric companies, and rural water departments, and that is to serve the people. Sometimes maintaining roads from a business standpoint doesn't make any sense, but from a citizen's standpoint, it makes perfect sense.